Greetings and salutations. I'm Zook, your lovable dungeon master, and welcome to Geeks Anonymous. I'm joined here today with Kaz, Dolphy, and Sig, and we are returning to Oops All Wizards. That's right, we are back at the College of the Frozen North. Well, not officially, but they're in a cave. We'll get to that. Before we begin, I do want to preface this campaign by saying all of the music you will be hearing tonight is from Kevin McLeod's Incompetech. Go to incompetech.com, and yeah, you can check out all of his royalty-free music. It's awesome. A lot of the miniatures you will be seeing tonight are from Hero Forge. We're affiliated with Hero Forge, and if you want a kick-ass miniature for yourself, go to the affiliate link down below and make yourself a miniature. You can have it sent directly to your house, already colored, blank if you want to paint it, or you can, have it imported right into a virtual tabletop like we have. But yeah, so the affiliate link below not only helps you make a miniature, but helps the channel directly by supporting it. So thank you so much if you do decide to do that. Links are in the description in Twitch and in YouTube. And it looks like we're having some Discord difficulties with Sig, so un momento, por favor. All right, we back? Everyone good?
Yep.
Think so.
All right, so before we jump into today's session, we are going to do a little bit of a recap since it's been 6 months since we've played this game, which is
5 months.
Later end of 5 months. But
we're rounding up to 6.
Wow, Fumble folks, thank you so much for the rate of 12. Good timing because I'm about to do the recap. Okay, so we last left off. So we had completed the first book of Oops All Wizards of the College of the Frozen North. To basically recap what happened is we have the 3 players here. We have Sig, who is playing Visca.
Just go around nutting all over.
Hey,
the place.
thank you so much for the follow there as well. I appreciate it.
Just go around nutting all
And
over
another
the
one.
place.
Okay, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. So Sig, who is playing Visca, the evoker of the college, and we have Zinni, who is a
Just go
halfling.
around nutting all over the place.
Thank you guys so much for the follows. So our three adventurers, we have Zinni, who is a halfling enchanter, and we have Lunny, who is a warforged transmuter. Those are our 3 players. They have joined the college, and there are 5 other colleges, so each student represents a different school of magic. The first few episodes were spent kind of orientating themselves to the college and getting familiar with the whereabouts and the college grounds. They met some of the teachers as well, and things were as expected in a wizard college. They, however, afterwards, some events happened recently. I'm gonna skip over like the Visca dying stuff. We'll cover that later. But they ended up getting a job to find a missing dragon horde. This desert town called Sibeta and Iarusan, both were able to defeat a blue dragon. However, they didn't know where its lair was. So the 2 towns pooled enough money to gather the funds to hire the College of the Frozen North and hire the students on a field mission. They were able to teleport to Iarusan and made their way through the sands of the Sibatan dunes. Upon traveling through this, they were able to locate the dragon's horde and able to clear out this giant infestation of kobolds, a cult that had formed to worship Tol Ra, or Yanteeth, who was the dragon that was destroyed, and the lair was then taken over by its lover, Tol Ra. They were able to clear out and kill the dragon and the kobolds, but unfortunately they suffered severe casualties as 3 of their friends, Volka, a dwarven mage from Iarusan, has been reduced to ash, as well as there was Thalgrin wasn't reduced to ash, luckily, but he did sustain a massive amount of damage and went unconscious. Took so much damage that he was instantly killed. His body is smoldering from the blast of the lightning that he sustained at the face of the blue dragon. It's after that long and arduous battle, you were able to kill the dragon finally, and that's basically where we left off. The Wayfarers Guild from the College of the Frozen North have teleported in, and they have basically teleported away more of the rare artifacts. Because this horde actually was a great worms horde. So they're getting these artifacts and they're teleporting them back to their places of origins or keeping them for safekeeping in other locations. However, as you are basically above the horde and the body of this blue dragon, there is a sudden shout as you hear the familiar voice of shit, what was his it's been a while. Magok. I think it's Magok. Let me just double check. It's been 6 months since we played these.
I thought it was Zagok.
Zagok. Yes, I think you're right. All right, yeah, so you hear Zagok and you hear, help! Someone help! And we're gonna switch to better
His
music.
last name is Magok.
That's what it was. It rhymes.
We were so lucky
I'm
that
just
the
looking
Great
at the
Worm
wrong
was
name.
kind of a cougar, because her lover was was an adolescent dragon,
I
right?
think
Or a
it was
young dragon or whatever.
It was either young adult or juvenile. I forget which one I did. Okay.
I don't remember.
Me either.
It's been way too many months.
It has. Okay, so basically, as you all kind of collect in the horde room, and you see Zagok coming in on top of his wheelchair, and he has the limp body of Thalgrin in his arms. And you see him shift a couple of the gears on his combat wheelchair, and the runes begin to light up around the chair, and he begins to levitate up to the platform where the rest of you are standing, and he lowers the body of Thalgrin. You can hear the sounds of weeping, like a deep, loud voice, as you hear the brig just crying. This big ogre, like that's adorned with dragon armor, has a giant chain, spikes, and he looks tough, big, burly, strong ogre, and he is bawling. he's holding dirge in his hands, and you see he has a scoop of ash in both hands, presumably one belonging to the ashes of Volca and one belonging to the ashes of the Fang. And he's just sobbing. All of you are gathered around Thalgrin's corpse, and you can see this shimmering gold, this beautiful sight, all of these treasures. Like, you would never have to worry about money again, but you can't enjoy that moment because one of your classmates is dead right in front of you. What do you guys do?
Does
I don't
anyone
like
know
it.
about dwarven ritual rites for death ceremonies?
You hear Eliusha speak up. I am familiar with some of the rites of the dwarves. And you just see her just kind of somber, looking down at the ground, not even really able to maintain eye contact with you or even look at Thalgrin. Eliusha is a very straightforward person, she looks at you like and pays attention to you when she talks, but she is averting her gaze, as she is not in a good mental place, and you can kind of see that expression on quite a few of the other students' faces as well. Lunny,
Yep.
make me a perception check.
I will do that. Because Alani is dealing with sadness and they don't know how to feel about that. More sad.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Someone else want to make a perception check?
Sure.
I
What's my
mean,
perception modifier on this character? Hold on. I don't.
That's
get
a that's a
Where is my
great first
dice
roll of the
roller?
night.
right?
Like we're okay. Our dice roller is over here. I forgot.
Yeah, we're on a different table.
Oh no, we lost
no!
the Dolphy.
We did lose a Dolphy. Also, I rolled an 8.
Is that modified 8?
Nope. That's just a flat 8. I don't have anything in perception.
Okay. So, you're just kind of looking down at his corpse, and there's really not much else to say. And Luddy, there's this sense of emptiness in particular that you're feeling because he seemed particularly interested in you. And yeah, you're a Warforged and you fascinate him, but there was something about him. It almost felt like maybe he could help you find some of the answers you were looking for, even if you weren't aware of what those questions were. And there's this moment, as you're all kind of just taking in this moment, when I'm gonna have everyone make let's do just a straight up intelligence check.
Intelligent.
My intelligence is actually good.
Well, you guys are wizards, so
Well,
I
yeah,
hope they're good.
we're wizards.
Well, I mean, I'm also really bad at rolling dice. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Case in point.
See?
Okay.
See? That's a modified 5, but I still rolled a 1.
All right, Zitty, it's up to you. Oh, if you don't die again on us, oh, come on, stop picking.
Oh no. Well, you rolled better than us.
That's a
Good.
15 if we're doing straight intelligence.
Thank you. 15 was the DC. Oh.
Someone noticed.
So, as you are kind of looking around, you're thinking, maybe there's something here that can help you. Dragon hoards are filled with magical items. And then you hear this sort of musical chime over your right shoulder. And you kind of look in that direction. And then you hear it again a little further away. And no one else seems to be reacting to this sound. Everyone else is kind of looking at Thalgrin, or away, or in their own sort of way of contemplating this situation. But
Zinni's gonna follow the sound.
you turn and you begin wandering in that direction as you hear another chime. And then you head over and you see this podium. And it has what looks like a book of some sort. However, when you open the book, there's it's not filled with pages. There's only one piece of paper, and it's written in a language. What languages do you speak? That's a
Good question.
That's a good question. What languages do you speak?
That's under features and traits. No,
Yes.
languages.
Yeah.
Common and halfling.
Common. It is in a language that you do not understand, unfortunately.
Okay.
But you do see a scroll, and there is this. As you open up the leather case, I should say, since it's not really a book, and you see the scroll there, there's almost like this faint shimmer, like this bluish gold to it. As you see the words,
Magic book.
you pick up the scroll, and the words seem to change from this language you're not sure. Maybe it could have been Draconic or something, but you're not really positive what it was. But then it forms into Halfling as you're looking upon it. Like the words themselves just they like burn with this bluish fire and then transform into Halfling. And
Oh, we like this.
as you see, it says resurrection.
Nice.
You have
Okay,
found a scroll
so,
of resurrection, and you hear a voice. No, not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna head back to the group.
Okay.
Found a scroll.
Zinni, I'm afraid now is not a very good time to be discussing your spoils of war. Here from
Oh no
Abir.
no. It's a resurrection scroll.
You guys can make me an Arcana check if you'd like.
I have to keep remembering where the thing is.
Oh,
Well, that rolled on a 20
Oh, did
for me.
it freeze?
no, we hit the button at the same time. So Sig
okay.
rolled the 20, I rolled the 15.
Although mine's a mod at 27.
Okay.
Yeah, mod at 27. Because at least I'm good at intelligence.
And mine's a 21.
Both Visca and Lunny. Unfortunately, resurrection is a divine spell. Wizards are not capable of casting divine spells.
I'm gonna casually relay that to the group.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we don't reach the requirements to cast that spell.
Even if we did have a cleric with us, we would need a powerful one to be able to channel that magic. And then you hear Eliusia speak up. And clerics are extremely rare. And most of them go into hiding because of the Office of Talk trying to take them for their own uses. Zinni, make me a wisdom check.
Okay,
Oh,
come on,
boy.
mouse.
At the advantage.
I think. Oh, at the advantage.
Yes.
Ah, god damn it.
I don't think you needed it, but go for it. See if you roll a 20. Okay. You hear this that chime again, but then there's like this. It's almost like there's a voice whispering in the wind that's like muted in the chime, echoing in your ears, and you hear like this ethereal voice. You can do it.
I missed that.
It's sorry. Let me. You hear. You can do it. Have faith.
Well, I'm gonna try it anyway.
And you see a few of the other wizards with you, just kind of. It is futile. We could use those funds to support its family. Scroll of Resurrection could fetch us much money. We could give that to the dwarves of Bartha Dream.
So he just kind of waves him off. No, I think I can do it.
You hear Madi speak up. I mean, it's better than just letting him sit here and rot. You hear Eliusia. I've seen many things during my necromantic teachings. Miracles can happen. My vote is to allow Zenny to do it. And you hear Zagok speak up. If there is even a chance that this could bring back my friend, I say we take it. And say you. As they look to Visca and Lenny. See their input.
Look, if I can come back to life because I'm cursed, why not give it a try?
Lenny will look over to Zinni. Please try.
Okay. Now, you are going to be rolling an Arcana check in order to cast this. If you would like to make it a ritual, I will give you advantage, but in order to do that, you have to tell me how you prepare this ritual. We just lost somebody.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
My fucking Discord blinked again.
Okay, well, let me think. Well, the weird voice in my head said I can do it, so I'm just gonna settle in with the scroll and just kind of stare at it for a minute.
Okay.
Just kind of look at it. Just trying to figure out, like, well, it's a divine casting thing, but the voice says I can do it. And really, who am I to deny a weird voice in my head?
Fair.
Fair.
Okay. How do you prepare the ritual? Do you set up any material components? Do you set up a summoning circle? How do you go about doing this?
Thank you, Google, for knowing how to spell that name, because I cannot remember it.
Fair enough.
The mood.
Okay, so she's just gonna rub her hands together for a second and then look around, grab a piece of, well, what's essentially charred wood at this point, and she's gonna draw on the ground. Well, is Thalgorn on the ground, or is he still in Zagok's lap?
He is on the ground at this point.
Okay, so going to draw what looks like a pretty crude outline of essentially a door frame.
Okay.
And Zook, I'm gonna send you Y so that it makes more sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Do-do-do-do-do.
as you see Zinni begin to trace this door frame out of basically this charcoal, you get the feeling that the three of you, that more people could assist with this ritual. Even though it's divine magic, you can still assist. So, who would like to assist with this ritual? There can be two more participants, luckily enough.
Might as well.
Okay, how do
I
you
believe in her.
assist?
Well, I assume that it will take magic. Can I just pump her with magic?
Sure, how do you
Is it
do so?
possible?
Describe that for me.
I'm going to basically, like, put a hand on her shoulder or her back, something like a supportive gesture, and then use my focus.
Sure.
My focus to basically, like, give her arcane. My brain can't think.
Arcane energies.
Yeah, arcane energy at, like, say a third level.
Okay, go ahead and mark
Somewhat.
off a third level slot. Lenny, what
Yep.
are you doing to participate?
Did Kaz die?
They're thinking.
Kaz
Okay.
is thinking, so kind of dead.
Oh.
Fair.
Okay. Dude, that's a mood.
I'm trying to think of what would be helpful in this. Okay. Lenny is... Now that the fight's over, you can see that Lenny's torso is really, really broken open. You can see little tubes and hinges, gears. But as Lenny was looking down at the ground, they also noticed somewhere inside them was a small growing flower. And they're going to step forward and rest it on Dahlgren's head.
Okay.
I can then return to it.
I'm sorry, you broke up there. Can you repeat that?
Yep. If I can create life, you can return to it.
Okay. Zinni, the first roll and the most important one. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check at the advantage. This is just to see if you can cast the scroll. I've already told you what the DC is.
So that would be a 21 because
Okay.
I get a +7.
It is a level 7 spell. As you unfurl the scroll and you channel that energy, and there's just this moment where you're trying to echo these words, and you hear her speaking in halfling. Visca, do you read Draconic?
No.
Luddy, do you read Draconic?
Nope.
Okay. It is not in what looks like a halfling dialect when you're looking over at the scroll. It does not look like it's in halfling. But they are. Zinni begins reading off the scroll, and the words begin powering up. Every syllable that they speak, another rune lights up. Around all 8 of you, there is this ring of golden energy that almost like flickers like a flame around you. And there's this moment where all of you are just kind of focusing on this energy, and there's this moment where it's like dwindling, like you're putting your faith into it, Zinni, but it's missing something. And then Visca, you get the idea, maybe I can help with raw arcane power. And then you reach over, you place your hand on Zinni's shoulder.
We just pump more.
Go
Into
ahead.
you at level 3.
You. This is basically I'm describing what you did. So go ahead and make an Arcana check at the advantage.
Okay. Let's see if I know how to do.
Where did that one go? How do I hold on? 19.
19. Okay.
It's
So
like, how do I do math?
as you do so, your hair basically like blasts upwards, like blasts backwards from the expenditure of this energy, and you can see your skin actually begins to almost look like it's burning and turning to ash in some locations as you're pumping this energy into Zinni. Lunny, I'm gonna have you make a persuasion check at the advantage.
Oh. Good thing it's at the advantage.
Or nature, since you are also using the flower. and
Nature's
stuff.
better. I would rather have the +6 than
Sure.
the -2.
Okay, I will let you
Oh,
use
man.
nature. Okay.
So 25.
25. As you basically you see Lunny is like hurting, like almost grinding to step forward. And you can see these, like they described, the gears and tubes and whatnot inside, but you can see this giant crack in the chest, and these wisps of like blackish necrotic energy pouring out from inside. But apart from that, you can see vines actually look like they're extending and almost maybe repairing some of the damage or compensating where the metal was lost and rebuilding some bark in those locations. It's like a mixture of necrotic and nature energies together as you see Lunny, when she plucks when they pluck the flower, it wilts immediately, but then places it on top of Thalgrin, and then it blooms, and you see it actually like it blooms outright and begins to glow, and then disintegrates into this greenish sort of mist and covers Thalgrin. Zinni, last roll. It's going to be a religion check at the advantage. Okay.
No.
What's the
That is a 13.
13? Okay. All right. So, as you activate the ability, and you can feel the presence of this otherworldly being with you. And there's this moment where all of you can kind of see this this charcoal door that Zinni drew erupt in this light, and it almost looks like it opens for a moment, and you can see this sort of ethereal space beyond, and there's this woman standing there. You can't really make out any figures, but it is just this golden woman, and with next to this golden woman, you see Thalgrin and standing there, and they seem to be having a conversation with each other. And Thalgrin looks at the doorway and makes eye contact with Zinni, and then Lenny, and then Visca, and the rest of the students. And who would like to roll the most important roll to see if his soul comes back?
I'll do it.
Okay. Roll 1 die 20, no modifiers.
Can I use my inspiration?
No. Okay. So, I will say, Zinni, you succeeded at casting the spell. However, you failed your religion check. So you you increased the difficulty by 1. However, Lunny and Visca both succeeded, decreasing the difficulty by 3 each. So its standard difficulty is 10 minus 5. As you see the figure of Thalgrin, and the door closes. You can actually hear the of this large door slamming shut. And there's this moment of silence. There's nothing. As you see the eyes flicker open from Thalgrin. As the eyes flicker open and Thalgrin stands. What happened?
You died and I brought you back.
That's a very blunt way of putting it, but yes.
I did die, didn't I? It's kind of looking. How did you bring me back?
Found a scroll.
And you see him just kind of stand, looking around, brushes himself off a little bit. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. And the beast
the
is
dying
dead.
or the resurrecting part?
To be honest, neither. And you
Fair enough.
see him kind of. I suppose I have you to thank for that. Walks over and he looks like he wants to give you a hug, but instead like reaches his hands out instead for a handshake.
I'm gonna give him a hug.
And he's like, yeah, he grabs you close. Thank you, Lost.
Hug.
And you see a representative from the Wayfarers Guild, and he steps up. I apologize if I am interrupting, but I must be leaving soon. We have already transported all of the sacred artifacts Everything that is left is up for you to decide on how you divvy it up. We have exchanged the gold into platinum to make it easier for you to divvy up the loot. And we have left some of the less dangerous magical items here. Upon first inspection, anyways. I will be standing over here. Just, let me know when you guys are ready to go back to the college. And he just kind of stands in the corner and awkwardly waits because he knows it's kind of a not so yippee situation. However, all of you kind of have a moment, and you look over and you see, looks like Vord is powered down completely because he gave him permission to at the end of the battle. And then you see the brig is, looks like he found some mason jars, and he has scooped the ash piles into 2 separate mason jar. And he took some charcoal, and one he wrote a D, and the other one he wrote a V on. And he's just kind of sitting there looking at the ground. And then you guys have the chance to look around, and you see the glinting treasure around you. What do you do?
I guess it's time to go be a pack rat.
Okay. So, we're gonna get into loot now. Which there is a lot of. Okay. So, after all of the artifacts that were taken, from the for the college's cut, the other students and stuff, the total amount of money that you get is 751 platinum.
Oh my god, I have to
That's a lot.
And that's to be split up between each of us.
No, this is each.
751 each.
Each, or their beneficiaries. Yep.
Oh wow.
Hi.
Yep.
This was a really big hoard.
There was a total of 4,600 copper, 13,000 silver, 260,000 gold, 34,000 platinum. If you convert it all into platinum, it's 60,135 platinum. 40% of it went to Iarusan. The other 40% went to Sibata, 10% went to college, and you guys got 10% of yourselves. So this is only 10%. That you guys are getting. Actually, it's a fraction of that 10%.
I was about to say.
I mean, that's still better than like Christ. I wish I had that money in real life.
Yeah.
You're dead.
So, did you get the 751 platinum recorded?
Yep.
All right. 6 gold.
Wait a second. I did not. Inventory. I'm sorry. How much platinum again?
751.
751.
6 gold, 2 silver, and 5 copper.
What is 8 plus 5? 14? 15? 13?
It does the math for you if you click the button.
Yeah,
You think I'm smart.
I didn't do that.
I didn't do that either. 13.
Okay, let me know when you guys are done with
I'm all
the
set.
money.
Anyways, yes, I have my math.
Okay.
done.
There are 11 mundane items, but that might fetch a little bit of price or are distinguished in some ways. You each get to choose one. So you can choose between the mounted head of Fenric the Direwolf, an hourglass that is filled with sparkling sand, a map that shows the dragon's lair in relation to villages and other long-gone landmarks, an extensive historical record in the form of carefully knotted strings, a kneeling bench, which anyone addressing the dragon was required to use, a crude flute with a pleasing sound, a jar with a dead illithid tadpole in floating, preserving chemicals. There are 3 of them in total. A lost holy pillar dedicated to Pelor, or a painting by an artist long forgotten by everyone except Jan Teeth. And I will post them in here.
You already did. It's up there.
Oh, did I?
I replied to the message.
Perfect.
Yeah, Kaz just replied to it so that we could get to it.
I didn't realize that we had it pinned.
Can I have the knotted strings?
Yes, you can. So go ahead and
Yes.
make a custom item and just make it historical knotted strings. And that will give you advantage on history rolls.
Oh God, I have like
As long as you have spent at least an hour studying it. So it works a lot like the journal that that Lunny found, where they can study it for an hour and then get advantage on survival checks in the desert. That's basically what you get with history checks, as long as you have spent at least an hour examining the knots.
You know, I want the map.
You want the map? Okay.
Want the map.
And there are certain locations that were not on your map, and they are located in mostly the Hroth area. So it goes a little bit further, like inland, and it goes past the Barthardri Mountains, and further into Hroth. So there are other locations as well, and there are a couple that are in the desert as well that you could examine at future dates if you wanted to. I'll give you specifics after the game.
Okay.
And what is Lunny taking?
Lunny is taking the flute.
The flute. Okay. All right. So as the Wayfarer basically teleports each of those items to your respective rooms, then you have it looks like they have stockpiled all the gems together, and this is all yours, so you guys get to decide where you want to who wants what. There are 16 gems in total. 2 of them are worth 5,000 gold. They look like aquamarines, or one looks like an aquamarine and one looks like a raw diamond, worth 5,000.
Aquamarine, it's pretty.
Okay, go ahead and just write down that you have an aquamarine gem worth 5,000 gold. There is a tiger's eye that is worth 2,500.
I'm trying to remember if I have a spell that requires a diamond or not.
There are a few
There are a few, but I think
I can't remember if they're actual wizard spells or if they're cleric spells.
I think they're mostly cleric spells. I know Revivify requires a diamond worth, I think, 300. Which this raw diamond you could chip off to have multiple uses if you needed to. Okay, are you guys ready for the next?
Yep.
There are 13 miscellaneous gems, like rubies, sapphires, amethysts, and things like that, roughly worth about 1,000 each. There are 12 art objects, all worth 500. Miscellaneous art objects, so like paintings, knickknacks, crafts, statues, busts, things that have been collected or given to this to the dragon.
Does anyone want the diamond? Because if they don't, I'll take it.
I don't need it.
I can't remember if I do or not. So I think I might be getting characters mixed up, but it's just like I'm taking it as a precaution.
I was gonna
wants
say there are definitely things that I could definitely use diamonds for,
Right.
especially now.
Okay. That would not be a bad idea. Okay, and then the magical items that were set aside and have already been identified. I'll give you the potions first. You have access to all of these potions, so whoever wants what, just write it down on your sheet. And the first one is a potion of mind reading. Next one is a potion of clairvoyance. Next one is a potion of hill giant strength. And the last one is a potion of supreme healing.
I want a potion of healing.
Of healing? Okay. So you should be able to go into your inventory and just type in Supreme Healing, and it should bring up the potion for that.
How D&D Beyond has it is it has potion of healing, and then in parentheses at the end it has...
Perfect.
Yeah, so just type in potion of healing and it's supreme.
Okay. The Scroll of Resurrection has already been used, so that just leaves the prominent magical items. There is a robe that is, it looks very sleek, and it is like this black, like black of black colors, like the absence of color sort of thing. It has little speckles of silver that almost move throughout it, and it's trimmed with this gold trimming all around it. And it's a very, very stylized and very sleek. It is definitely a magical and powerful robe. And I believe, Visca, this caught your eye, correct?
I think it did.
Okay, this is the robe of the Archmagi.
Let me relook, because there's so much stuff on our list.
Yes.
And I have to like reread. Yes, it did catch my attention.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and add that to your inventory if you would like.
Is that an actual item?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I already discussed what Zinni was taking. And since we used up the resurrection scroll, Lonnie, I'm going to allow you to choose either the quiver of +1 arrows or a horseshoe, the horseshoes of a Zephyr.
Also, I'm just gonna take a couple of those amethysts, so that Zinni can have the diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lenny will go for the quiver.
The quiver of +1 arrows, so it has 20 +1 arrows inside.
And when I mean 2, I'm taking 2 of those amethysts, even if I have to stuff them in my pockets.
All right, so all of you have recorded all of your items?
I believe so.
Cool. All right. As the Wayfarer is gonna step up and basically say, "Is that everything?"
Think so.
About the dragon.
And
What was that, Visca?
What about the dragon?
oh,
Aren't we going to skewer that thing?
do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
Want some of its blood.
All right.
Dragon parts. Dragon parts.
Dragon parts.
We pull up the dragon parts.
Which was the
What the
dragon
hell do you
lance, the
mean?
dragon wing bow,
Yes.
the potion of dragon's majesty,
Yeah,
a dragon's claw, and dragon armor.
Right.
Oh shit, did I unplug my laptop?
Oh,
Oh,
I
no.
placed them here? Okay. That makes it easier.
I did.
Every once in a while, I have a good idea. Aha!
Sitting
Here
here
we go.
going, why? They gave me a warning like, hey, by the way, your battery is running low. You might want to plug this in. I'm like, wait, when did I
Nice.
unplug it? There we go.
Okie dokie. So who would like to begin trying to harvest the dragon? It is a survival check.
Sure.
All right. So, what are you going to try to go for? There are fangs, there are teeth, there are claws, and there's meat and blood.
I want blood, dude. Give me blood.
And bones, horns, and wings. Okay, so you're going to try to take the blood?
I'm gonna try to take the blood.
All right, go ahead and make me a survival check.
12.
Okay, a 12. You aren't able to get all of it because there's quite a bit of blood splattered all over the place and coagulated, and some of it is is just not very. It's like already hemolyzed and shit. You just don't want it. So instead of the 3d6 plus 6 you would normally get, I'm gonna give you 2d6 plus 6.
2d6 plus 4. 10.
Okay.
10.
So 10 liters of dragon blood.
Nice.
All right. So the blood has been extracted. Who wants to go next?
Claws.
You want to go for the claws? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make me a survival
Use
check.
as survival.
Yes.
God, my notes page is such a mess on this.
That is only an 11 for me.
At 11, okay, so you're not able to get the full 1d12 plus 2, so you're going to get 1d6 plus 2 instead.
Okay.
Nice.
So 7.
7 claws. All right, who would like to go next?
Lunny.
Lenny isn't really interested, but if
I mean, if you don't want to take anything, I'm gonna try taking its teeth next.
Okay,
Okay.
go for it.
Teeth. Let's see if we can get any teeth. That's a 7.
Roll me 2d6 plus 4. You rolled kind of shitty. It's normally
I know.
6d6 plus 4.
I was gonna say, could I at least like do inspiration? Probably
No.
not.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could have actually, for a survival wisdom check. Yeah, you can use your inspiration.
Oh, okay. But I'm gonna do that.
Sure.
Nine.
9. Yeah. Well, it gives you an extra die 6. So 3d6
so
plus 4.
3. Okay. 16?
16.
16.
All right,
Not bad.
you've got 16 teeth. The next is fangs. Because we already got the claws.
what?
Fangs are different from teeth. They're the big ones.
Oh, okay.
They're the big ones.
My brain forgot how to spell liters. So I got 10 liters of blood and
Yes.
16 teeth.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we're on to fangs.
Sure, why not?
Roll that beautiful bead footage.
I'm just imagining that Visca and Zinni and maybe a couple of the other
Another
students
11.
are inspecting the corpse, and Lenny just like plunks down and kind of pokes at the hole in their chest.
It's normally a die 4. I'm gonna have you flip a coin. Heads, you get 1. Tails, you get 2.
Okay, where is the coin?
I think it's in front of your slot.
Flip.
No, R.
Oh wait, no.
Press R. There we go. Okay, you get 1 fang.
Yay.
All right. We did teeth, fangs. We already did claws, right?
Yes.
We did blood. Meat.
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 Sure. Sure. I'll
All right.
take some of
We're
it.
just like, get all the stuff.
I will allow you to use an intelligence arcana for slaughtering the meat. Because
Okay.
I feel like a dragon's anatomy would be covered under arcane.
Hold on. I'm trying to math. 11.
11. Man, you guys keep getting half the amount. Okay. Roll 2 die 8.
Is this one the 8?
Yeah, it's the diamond one. Not the die 10.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Wait. This one.
That
This
one.
one.
Yes.
I was like, which one? I'm so confused. My brain. I don't know. Dice shapes. 9.
9. Okay. So that is gonna get
Wait.
you.
Wait.
That was 2 die 8. You rolled 9.
Yes.
All right. That's 9 pounds of meat that you were able to get from this.
Christ.
A lot of it is just like there's too much that has been bruised or lacerated or just rendered useless during the fight. So unfortunately, you're only
9
able
lab
to get
dragon meat.
yeah. Okay, and now we get to the tricky ones. All right, let's see. So the bones. Who wants to harvest the bones?
Me.
Okay,
I want bones.
boneses.
Eh, eh, eh. Mm, 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 mm.
Apparently,
I'm gonna
dragons
use
eat dragon
inspiration because I don't know why it only likes giving me 10s. If it rolls another 10, I'm convinced it's broken.
In this section,
There we go.
In this section, it's nature intelligence.
Nature intelligence.
Yeah, it's a nature check. And so
Okay.
so it would be your intelligence.
And then I need to unclick my inspiration because I just used it. So 18 plus 4, that is 22.
22. Fuck. Okay. You were able to harvest all of the bones intact. So
Wow,
you
just
get
have a skeleton.
you get 2 the ones that can actually be used anyways. You get 2 leg bones,
Okay.
2 arm bones.
Second.
Those are the yeah, that's pretty much it.
Dragon bones. So you said 2. You said what now?
2 leg and 2 arm. Those can be used to make weapons and stuff, and actually makes them like almost unbreakable. Not quite unbreakable, but very resilient. All right, next is the horns.
Hold on, was there anything?
This is a nature intelligence check.
I'll let Zinni have the horns.
Why not?
Okay, nature intelligence.
That is a 21.
21. You're able to extract both of the horns, 2 of them.
Yes.
Oh, Zinni, did you get the spine by any chance?
I don't know. I was not told if I had the spine.
I haven't gotten to the spine yet, so that might be in a different
That
category.
doesn't count as the skeleton?
It doesn't say. Why do you need the spine for?
Dragonlance.
The dragon lance. Requires 16 teeth and a spine.
Where the fuck is the spine listed?
Sorry, you said 2.
It doesn't
2
say
horns?
It. Yes, 2 horns. So
Huh,
I'm
that's
going to say you successfully got the spine too.
Because I got a really good roll
Yeah,
for that.
you rolled extremely well on the bones. Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about the spine here. You got the horn, and the wings. Who would like to try to harvest the wings?
Sure.
All right, go ahead and roll a nature intelligence check.
What is my nature? Where's... Okay. 19!
You extract both wings.
Whoa!
All right, and now the
Yay.
deadly ones. These ones are Arcana checks.
That's fine.
We're good at those.
In theory.
All right.
In
Yes,
theory.
in theory.
So the next one is called the Draconix Fundamentum. When the word dragon is uttered, people tend to think of 3 things: wings, scale, and breath. Located in the back of the dragon's throat near the heart is a sac as big as a bag of flour, about 1 cubic foot, or a barrel of ale, depending on the size of the dragon, full of magical fluids that the dragon produces within its glands. So this is basically the dragon's gland, the breath weapon gland. Who wants to try to extract that?
Brr.
Okay.
Brr.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
17.
Okay, 17. So as you're cutting this membrane out, and like there's a tiny little pierce that ruptures part of it, and it begins to like, and then actually jolts you with a blast of electricity. You take 16 points of lightning damage, but
Ouch.
it seems like when that fluid, that the residual fluid, was exposed to the air, it caused that chemical reaction, and that's why you got electrocuted. It seems to be contained now, though, so after that little burst of electricity, you are okay. However, everyone can kind of see that your skin is kind of ashened and burned in those areas, but yeah, you have it. So you can just put the Dragon Gland. You don't have to put Draconic's Fundamentum.
I don't even know how to spell that,
Yeah.
dude. I'm not even gonna try.
The last thing is a heart. Who would like to roll for the heart of the dragon?
Sure.
Okay.
And that you said this is Arcana?
This is an Arcana check, yes.
Okay. Let me... Oh, excellent.
Easily.
That is a 25.
Easily. You just go in there, and it's like you've studied diagrams of dragons before. There's nothing to worry about. It's just a heart. It's just a big one. But yeah, you go ahead and grab the dragon's heart, and you successfully. What's that? Scales. Oh yeah. Why the fuck aren't the scales listed? Where the fuck?
I need scales for the potion.
Scales. Okay, go ahead and make a nature check for the scales.
Okay, what is my nature again? Nature is +4. Okay. 15.
15.
Hello?
How many scales
dog?
do you need?
It's one per. You need 1 liter for potion and 1 scale, so I
Yeah.
just need 10.
I mean, technically, you need more scales and dragon hide if you want the armor or the bow.
But I want the potion. I want to make the potion,
Right.
which requires dragon's blood,
Right,
which is why I went for the blood.
Go ahead and roll me 3d10.
That's the one that I was rolling before, right? The green ones?
Yes.
Okay. I was like I don't know. 13.
You get 130 scales.
Okay. That's fine.
It's heavy. You can have it teleported directly to your box if you'd like.
You said 135?
Yeah, 135. Wait, 130. 130. Yeah,
100,
that's
okay,
multiplied by 10.
Okay. A lot
Okay.
of these do not go under the inventory, and it bothers me. That's okay. That's fine. I put it under possessions.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone, the Wayfarer comes up after you're done all of this, teleports the various items to your respective belongings, and asks, "Are you all ready?"
Yes, and in dire need of a.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Lunny, you're kind of looking at the powered down Vorn, and then you hear the but what about Brig? What do you guys do?
Well, we can't just leave him behind. He doesn't have his friends anymore.
You're not wrong.
You could be Brig's friends.
I thought we were.
But
I'm gonna look at the person who's about. I'm assuming that this person is going to be bringing us back to the academy.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So Brig kind of goes, but can the Brig come with you?
Then he's gonna look at the Wayfinder person.
You see him just
Which-
kind of look over
wide,
to you.
just wide pleading eyes.
And then looks over at Brig with these sad puppy ogre eyes. Zinni, make me a persuasion check at the advantage since Brig is helping you.
And this is a charisma check, yeah?
This is charisma, yeah, persuasion.
And I'm sorry, you said persuasion?
Yes.
Okay, at the advantage.
Yep.
Oh man. Did we just adopt a dude?
That is a 15.
15, okay. You see the Wayfarer is just kind of like, his eyes are open and he's like, hang on. And you see him cast a spell and he begins talking to himself. Yep.
Insert the sim noises.
Understood. All right, who are we bringing?
Brig.
Isn't he
And
the
Vorn.
and Vorn? Yeah.
Yes.
Well-
Those are the only two.
All right. Well, at least I get compensated for the higher level spell. And you see him kind of snap his fingers as there's like this little burst of arcane energy that stays in the air where he snapped it. And then he takes his finger and draws a portal with it. And it basically erupts into this swirling portal. And you can see the portal room into the College of the Frozen North. Does everyone step through?
Yes.
What do you do about Vorn? Vorn is currently not active.
I was
And
calculating if Lenny could perhaps carry him.
Carry Vorn? No.
what
He's-
about Brig?
he's large
Can Brig
size.
carry Vorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, can
Brig, could you help me with my brother?
Sure. Brig strong. He takes Vorn and just puts him over his shoulder. And all right, so everyone steps through the portal, and we will get Sig back into the table.
Sig poofed.
Sig poofed.
There we go.
Okay. Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, as all of you step through the portal and like the Brig is like caught off guard from this for a moment. Oh, flashy whites. And he kind of sets down Vorn and carefully balances him back into a standing up position like an action figure. You actually see him kind of like do a little karate chop with its arm real quick. Like it's an action figure. But then he just kind of goes back to looking around and seeing the sights of the college. All of you step back into the portal room. And you finally have a moment to catch your breath. What do you guys do?
Time for a nap.
Okay.
I need to take a shower and I
You-
really need some health.
All right, so we will elapse through a long rest. Go ahead and hit the that button. It's you're not going to quote unquote sleep. It's just going to be you're resting. You have time to catch your breath. You're exploring the college and whatnot. You know, going back to your regular studies, getting reacquainted now that you've been away from the college for about a week, and a few hours go by as you're kind of getting reacclimated, and you can hear the ding of the afternoon dinner bell. I assume all of you kind of collect?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Not that Lenny needs to eat, but it's usually interesting.
So as the let's get your minutes. Okay, so one by one, each of the students makes their way to the dining room. And as before, your meals, one by one, come in front of you. Now, um, as you're kind of sitting down and relaxing, and finally letting out that breath of relief that you're finally safe, at least remotely, the plates of your meals of whatever you are craving the most at that moment is set down in front of you. Lunny, a plate floats down and is placed in front of you as well. You open the cover, there's nothing on the plate. And all of you are just kind of sitting there, and there's this moment of just silence. Do any of you say anything or bring up anything at this time?
No.
Zitty, do you say anything?
Nope, it's food time.
Okay. And Lunny, are you going to say anything?
No, Lenny's just confused because one day there was a berry and now there's nothing.
Okay. So, you guys are eating a very quiet meal. It seems like there's a lot on everyone's mind. And you hear suddenly, like, you're like mid-bite, and you hear a ting, 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 ting. And you look over and you see Abir has raised a glass, and he is tapping the side of that glass with his fork. Excuse me. Could I have all of your attentions? And he looks like he's searching for words, and he looks a little uncomfortable. It is at this time that I would like to formally apologize. I have not been...
For being a dick?
He kind of looks down at the ground. Yes.
You, in character, you also just hear Visca laugh.
Yes, for being a dick. Specifically to you, Alyosha. I have showed you nothing but prejudice and disdain merely for purchasing the necromantic arts. But if it weren't for the necromantic arts, my friend Thalgrin would not be with us at this dinner. So thank you. You see Alyosha stands up, and she usually has this kind look on her face, but there's this stern, motherly, I'm upset at you look instead.
Oh my god.
As she walks over to Abir, and Alyosha is big. She stands about 8 foot tall. Abir is a short human, stands about 5'6". So Abir is kind of like looking up. Oh yeah, sorry, elf. Abir looks up and kind of scrunches down a little bit as Alyosha is just towering over him. And then you just see her grab a hold of him and into this giant motherly hug. And you hear, thank you. And she just starts kind of whimpering slightly.
Hey, I guess I don't want to bury him in sand anymore.
Oh, okay.
For now.
Yes, okay. You can let go now. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think he needs another one.
You see her do it again. Oh, Visca, you keep your mouth shut. I am no longer apologizing to you.
That's okay. I'll make sure my cat scratches you.
Alyosha
lets
a beard go. I'm gonna have everyone make a perception check. Zinni, because of your proximity, I'm going to give you advantage.
Okay.
Oh no, not again.
Oops.
Wasn't me. Okay. It didn't actually do anything for me.
Perception. So that's a 19.
Okay.
17. Oh
17.
my gosh.
Okay.
I can see things, guys.
13.
13. Okay. Strangely enough, Luddy, you do not notice it. However, Visca and Zinni, both of you hear this kind of coming from over Luddy as you see this like wisp of like blackish, purplish cloud begin to sort of almost pour out of one of the cracks in their abdomen.
What?
Why? The fuck is that? Points
Lenny
at the
looks
wisp
down.
cloud.
You look down and you see the wisping cloud, and it's basically like imagine dry ice, like just kind of pouring out. So it's that kind of consistency. So it's not like gushing out, but it's slowly just kind of coming out. But it's this purplish black sort of cloud.
I do not believe I'm supposed to do that.
That is necromantic energy. You hear from Elysia as she walks over to you, and if you allow her, she's going to kind of look you over. If you allow her. You know, she is very much about consent.
Right. Lenny will let her, but they're also pondering if they should, like, cast mending on themselves. But yes, Lenny will let Elysia.
Okay, well, she will make an Arcana check. Boop. And since it's necromantic energy, I'll give her advantage.
Of course.
Good thing. So she's looking at it, and it seems your body is compensating for the extreme damage that it has sustained in the recent battle. It is ejecting and producing more necromantic energy to try to compensate. Interesting.
Lenny's going to try to cast mending to at least stop the smoke
Sure.
from coming out.
Okay. You concentrate for a moment, and you see some of the metal like begin to like fix and mend. You see like parts where it was charred or shocked begin to like that blackened metal begins to flake off and disappear and climbs in. But then like it looks like the metal itself is about to fuse, almost like welding it, but instead of metal, you see it looks like there's a vine that braids itself throughout the crack as nature energies begin to mend part of it as well. But you are able to do so, and the smoke dissipates.
Okay.
Well, that was
Um,
neat.
Okay. Do you guys anything else, or do you just finish your meals?
I'm gonna
I'm gonna finish food.
Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine everyone's really hungry after.
Yeah. You are all very hungry, and it is exactly what you needed. Except for Luddy. Luddy doesn't get to eat.
Nope.
Luddy
Never.
stares at an empty dish. After the meal, Luddy, you will feel kind of a firm hand on your shoulder as you look over and you see Thalgren, and you hear him go, Lunny, would you mind if I talk to you for a moment in private?
Sure. And Lenny will just get up and follow him.
Okay. He'll go. Yeah, he'll go up here into the alchemy room, with you, and you see him kind of close the door, and he actually will lock it.
Sus.
It's not.
Lunny, Lux, during that, my death, don't remember a whole lot of what happened, a whole lot of anything. But one thing I do remember is this. And he pulls out the flower, which is still blooming. I remember you. Your voice echoing through. You gave me this flower, and I remember that residing with me in this young halfling woman, not Zinni, someone else, guiding me back. But in the end, it was you that brought me back. It was what you did. I'm not. I'm not the type of person to get emotional, but I want to repay you in some way. And I know that I know life is unique and you're a fascinating person, but the only thing I can think of to extend my gratification for what you have done, I have materials that I brought with me, mithril. You've taken substantial damage, and I'm willing to replace some of your metal parts with some of the mithril that I have brought with me. Should you allow me to?
Well, I am in need of serious repair. We actually did find some more mithril that we don't take from your stores.
Very well. Well, there's no time like the present. Once inspiration's hit, I'm the type to work on it. Are you available now?
Yes.
We shall begin. And you see him
Yay!
take a case of tools and begins rummaging through it. And he begins. He seems a little shy about it at first because he's basically unclothing you. But
Lenny walks around with a loincloth. It's fine.
yeah, and he begins taking apart some of your metal pieces, and you see he's using a mixture of magic and smithing tools to form them into pieces. He's basically taking the old and using those as a base for the new. And you see him begin to fix certain parts of your metal exterior with mithril. And as he's doing this, he actually strikes up a conversation with you. Lonnie, there is something that I saw when I was dead. Something that I can't exactly shake. You remember when we were in the diviner's class, and told us where we would go after we die?
Yes.
Well, for me anyway, she was right. It was Mechanus. At least what I perceive as Mechanus. There were gears everywhere, and everything was lawful, down to exact measurements. It was a fascinating place to see. But there was something alarming that I saw. These creatures of geometric shapes, cubes, diamonds, tetras, but with limbs, eyes, mouths, weapons. I don't know why, but I know them to be called the Modron. And
I know what that is.
go ahead and make an Arcana check. See if you know what a Modron is.
19.
No, you do not.
Okay. Ooh, that's a really high D.
Yeah. The thing that frightens me though, friend, they were mobilizing. They were mobilizing a force lax like I have never seen before. There's a war coming. as you feel a tightening of like the last screw as you're kind of taking in this information. Well, that should do the exterior at least. Anything else, that's up to you. I should do it.
Thank you, Dahlgren.
Of course. Anytime. And the modern thing, let's not alarm the others, but I just need to share with someone.
I understand.
Thank you, Lux. If you need anything, you let me know. Gives you a tap on the shoulder and unlocks the door. Leaves.
Lenny will, like, kind of try to mimic it and pat him on the shoulder.
you kind of do, and there's a...
Sorry.
No, it's fine, Lux. And he heads out. All right. While that's going on, I'm gonna say it's late, and you guys go to bed. So.
Yay, bedtime. Lenny's gonna stand in their corner.
Like a creep. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
At least it's not right outside of Visca's door anymore.
Okay, so go ahead and put your minis in your respective beds. I don't remember which ones are which, so I really don't care if you screw it up.
I remember that I was in the
Perfect.
corner room, because of Lunny.
I don't even know where Zinni is.
I think Zinni was over here somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, right here.
So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I wasn't. You guys are besties. Dude, I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. Visca, you head into your bedroom, and everything's right where you left it. You see all of the silver lining from the alarm spell that you set up, and everything looks fine where you left it. But make me a perception check anyways.
A 12.
12.
Is that all of us, or is that just Visca?
Just Visca. Visca, you look in your bed, and you kind of sit down and kind of plump down on your bed and just let out this, this finally, I can sleep in a bed sort of sigh. But when you adjust, you see something poking out from underneath your pillow, and it looks like a piece of paper of some sort, like a business card.
Might as well take it.
And you look, and it's sure enough, like it's like a business card of some sort. However, it doesn't have any words. All it has is a symbol. 2 crescent moons flanking a full moon. Make a history check for me. At the advantage.
Oh. Okay.
Because of in-character reasons.
Okay.
Secrets. Ooh.
21.
If you could go more pale, you would. Because you recognize this symbol. I'm going to type to you what this symbol is.
Secrets.
Okay.
Shit.
There's this moment of dread as you look upon this symbol. What do you do?
Oh, man. Well, I'm not sleeping tonight.
I'll fight someone.
Luckily, you were still able to rest, at least for the 8 hours. You still get the long rest. Because you did not do extraneous activity. So you still get a rest, luckily. However, yes, sleep does not come very easily for you tonight. Zinni.
Yes.
Make a perception check. At the disadvantage since you're asleep right now.
Since you went snoozle.
You went
Snoozle.
snoozled.
Well,
Look, it's been
snoozle
a
is
long
good.
day.
That's a 10.
Oh, that's enough. All right. You kind of turn in your sleep and You instinctively like reach for Reggie to kind of use Reggie as a blanket because you were a little chilly. But when you go to reach,
My baby.
Reggie's not there, and your eyes flicker open,
Baby.
and Reggie's gone.
You took her baby.
My baby. Why?
You hear a off in the distance outside of your room. Sound like Reggie.
Well, gonna go on an adventure.
As you head out. Visca, since you're still awake, I'll allow you a perception check to see if you can hear the door opening, like in the middle of the fucking night. And since you're paranoid AF right now.
I am paranoid AF. Yeah.
You
That's
are so paranoid that you can't hear it. As
If it's not my own door handle, I'm not gonna hear it.
Lunny,
It's
however,
not important.
you're staring kind of straight ahead as you see Zinni leave her room, steps off of the balcony and into the floating sort of elevator energy area and floats down to the first floor. Zinni, that's when you hear the clickering of Reggie again. Your cloaker.
My buddy.
You follow it all the way to the hearth. Are you going to do anything, Lunny?
No, it's fine, Lenny. Zinni's probably just going to get a snack.
Okay. So
Vinny is supremely unbothered. However, Tia is highly suspicious.
as you head into the den, you see Reggie is just kind of floating there, looking at you.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Just kind of this playful, like, when they want you to chase him, is usually that's the noise that it makes. And you see Reggie turn around and flies into the fire and disappears. What do you do?
Guess I'm going into the fire.
As
Burn, baby,
as you're
burn.
just like, I'm not gonna question this sort of thing.
Nope.
You
I'm at a magic school. Why would I?
you were about to like step into the fire, and you instead see this fiery hand reach out from the fire, and it's your size. It's a halfling sized hand, but it's like a golden bluish fire, and it's offering you its hand. Feminine.
How you specified.
Vinny's not stupid, but she is curious.
There's a very fine line there.
Yeah.
It's suspicious, but it's also eerily warming, like welcoming.
So, like, assessing the vibe, it's chill.
Whatever you want to do with that information is up to you. I am a DM. I am an asshole, and keep that in mind.
I know, but like, I'm confirming that is the
It
vibe.
feels welcoming, but there is still this tinge of suspicion that you, as Zinni, might have. So it's completely up to you what you do.
Mm. You know what?
Leaving it up to the
I'm
dice?
smart. I'm smart enough to recognize it, but am I wise enough to? No. I'm gonna go into the fire.
So do you take the hand?
Sure do.
All right, you grasp a hold of this hand. There's this moment where you're expecting it to burn, and there's this like residual heat, but it like clasps your hand in a very welcoming way and doesn't pull you in. It kind of guides you into the fire, and you step. There's no pain, and as the flames flicker and dissipate, you are suddenly in this beautiful field. As you look behind you, there is nothing but meadows and flowers and just like this beautiful wildlife all around you. Off in the distance, you see this this almost too perfectly symmetrical mountain that disappears into the sky above. And there's a simple hovel in the middle of this field. You can see some forests at the base of the mountain, and what looks like shining golden creatures flying above you. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I'm already here. Let's go check out this place.
Go check out the hovel?
Yeah.
You open up, do you just like open up? Do you knock? What do you do?
I'll knock.
Okay.
I'm not rude.
As you're about to knock, the door instead, before you make connection, it just cracks open.
Well, already here. Why not? I'm gonna go in.
As you open the door, and it's a very small, simple hovel. It's a one-room hovel. There is a bed in the corner. There is a hearth. There is a nice chair that looks like it's seen many decades of use. A table with a stove, and it looks like you can smell that, homemade soup smell in the air, and it's very inviting. It's very humble, but it's inviting nonetheless. So, Zinni, as you get into this hovel and you see by the hearth, sitting on this chair, is this beautiful young halfling, probably appearing to be mid-20s, long brownish hair, cute freckles across, kind of spattered across the cheeks, and a rosy red nose. As she looks over to you and offers you a smile. She is wearing what looks like scale mail. You see a brilliant shield that is set to her side, and a cudgel of some sort resting next to the shield. And she smiles. Hello, Zenithia.
Hey.
It is a pleasure to finally see you and talk to you.
Thanks.
Do you know who I am?
Do I know who she is?
Make a religion check for me.
Okay, I think I get over the.
We got the name drop. Yep, Zenithia.
Eight.
You don't know.
Mm.
But you do recognize the symbol on her shield as belonging to the Hearth Mother, Cirillili. What do you do?
I don't know who you are, but hi. How do you know my name?
I have taken a personal investment of sorts in your well-being. You can just call me C.
Okay.
And please have a seat. And you
Gonna
see
make
her.
yourself comfy.
She walks over to the pot of stew and ladles in a ladle of stew and hands it to you.
Oh, thank you.
And she just smiles, and she's looking at you like this warm motherly figure watching her child enjoy a meal. And you take a bite, and it is the best thing you have ever tasted in your life, ever. The richness, the flavors, the subtle sweetness to it, but the like umami burst of flavor, it's just exquisite. And before you know it, it's gone. And you hear a giggle from Siege. Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Mhm.
I was
A normal person would be so suspicious right now.
I was a friend
And then he's
of...
like, it's another halfling.
Yes, it is. I mean, and this is how halflings act.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, let me feed you.
It's another halfling. Not going to question it too closely.
And you hear her say, I was a good friend of your mother. I miss her. How is she?
Well, she was good when I left.
Good. That's good. And she's just gonna smile at you. This warm smile. And it's like she wants to ask you something, wants to tell you something, but either doesn't think it's the right time or isn't sure how to bring it up.
So, what am I doing here? How'd you get in the fireplace?
It was merely a way, an entrance into my world.
I
Yeah,
got booted.
we're disconnecting again. Yep. I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And you were able to channel something extraordinary in the Dragon's Cave. And you called upon the favor of your faith, of your belief. And you found me. And she smiles. And you're starting to connect the dots at this point.
She's kind of puzzling through things for a moment. Oh.
Oh. She smiles, like, you get it now. If you will allow me, I will continue to assist you on your journey. But there's a lot of chaos in your mind that clouds your judgment and clouds the way that you act. And it could hurt your friends if you don't learn from those mistakes. Your adventure ahead will not be an easy one. I will guide you where I can, but I can't help you through the door. I can only show you it.
Kind of pondering. She's not entirely sure exactly what she's supposed to be changing.
And she smiles, like she knows that you don't know, but you're kind of getting the feeling like maybe that's the point. And she kind of gestures behind you, can feel this warmth from behind, and you see this golden archway suspended in the middle of the hovel. If you choose this door, you will be choosing to have me with you. I will guide you where I can. Or go back through the door you came, and you'll wake up as if nothing happened. The choice is yours, but I will tell you that there are more answers in the Golden Arches than the not. And she offers you a warm smile. You do.
I go through that door. Can I do more? Can I do more stuff like what I did before? So, like the healing stuff.
In a matter of speaking, yes. Should you bring me into your life and along with you on your journeys, then I will provide whatever assistance I can, and you will be able to channel upon that energy directly, yes. Or you can go back to your teachings and become a fantastic wizard. Either way, the world will benefit from your magic.
I do both.
Of course.
I like both.
And both it will be. As you see the door, the golden arches open. And you can see the living room, the den of the college once more.
Okay, well, time to head on through.
As you're kind of about to turn around, and you feel a hand on your shoulder as you turn around. And when you turn around, you're not in the hovel, though. You're in this busy street, the busy streets of Hillcrest during the masquerade. As you're looking upon, you're like looking past this big bustling crowd and people having, shenanigans and parties and just a great time. They're all wearing masks. They're getting into whatever trouble they can. And you see the crowd almost parts. And there's just a woman in a beautiful dress with a golden mask on. And then you wake up back in your bed in the college. All right. It is now the morning. Each of you, one by one, wake up. You hear the ding of the morning bell. As all of you, I assume, coalesce into the dining room?
Yes.
Yep.
I do have an important question, though.
Yes.
Is Reggie there when Zinni wakes up?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a very important question. to me.
Reggie is on top of you, basically covering you, and you're nice and warm and toasty. And
My
yeah,
blanket.
it's just this little cricketing sort of coming from Reggie. Okay, as all of you kind of collect to the breakfast room, and one by one are sent out your dishes. Does anyone want to say anything about what happened last night? Or is this going to be another meal in silence?
This is gonna be another meal in silence, and instead of food, Visca just has coffee.
Yeah, so...
A bunch of coffee.
Just a giant cup of coffee just steaming in front of you. And, like, as you're drinking it, it's not getting any colder. And it's, like, the perfect temperature the whole time.
Oh, my God.
Zinni, you're brought the meal from last night, but it's just there's something about it that's not as good. There's something not as good as what you tasted at the hovel. But it's still good. It's still really good. Just it doesn't hit like it did. Everybody else has brought out their meals one by one, and then there is Lenny, a dish in front of you, and it is covered.
Lenny fully expects it to be nothing, so they just open it.
You open it up, and you see this small, little, maybe a berry of some sort. It appears shiny, like maybe there's a wet coating of something, like a crimson sort of sheen to it. As you're looking upon this very small berry,
Lenny's gonna poke it.
So you kind of poke it, and let me get rid of the beeping. Sorry, my headset is deciding to badoop on me. As you go to poke it, you make contact with it, and there's this like kind of coagulated slime that like comes off of it. And then you see it move. You see the berry move just ever so slightly. And then bum 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 bum
What?
bum bum. It seems to be beating like a heart.
We don't need a heartbeat, Barry.
Go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Okay.
Just
I am
why the-
concerned.
We're all
Yes.
concerned.
You have a heartbeat, Barry.
So 6.
6.
Christ.
You're looking at this almost mortified because it's clearly a heart. It is not food. It is a heart of something.
And it is illogical and
And
Not computing.
everyone, you kind of look at everybody and they're staring at you. Everyone can see this. All of you can see this beating Barry.
Tiny heart. Tiny heart.
I don't like it.
What do you do?
Do you have strange dreams, Lenny? Because I feel like the image of Zenny taking a dragon heart might have affected you.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Who?
Visca and Zinni.
Okay.
And if you don't get
Vista,
it,
you go first.
I'll
No,
do
wait,
so.
I have to.
Okay.
Lenny is
I
just going to very slowly push the plate away from them because fuck.
Visca's too tired to even care.
Coffee.
What is
Coffee.
my medicine check? Come on. I mean, my medicine check isn't great, but
Mine is a +0 and I rolled a 4.
that is a whole 7.
It is a very small diminutive heart of some sort. You have no idea. You see Elyusia is like looking at this, and she's looking down at the heart and looks up at you, and you see her take out a pearl, and she casts a spell and looks at both of you, both Lunny and the heart, and she begins to speak. I can sense a connection between these two necromantic energies. They are somehow related. Lunny, are you alright?
Am I alright?
Are you asking the DM, or are you saying that? Are you echoing that back?
Both.
You feel okay. You feel okay. But you are noticing every beat that does. You can feel it within your chest. And you know for a fact that, well, you're pretty sure you don't have a heart. Pretty sure. But you can feel it. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum.
So, yeah, Lenny's going to repeat the question. Am I alright? And they're going to take a moment and put a hand on their chest like they're trying to determine where it's coming from. Like, is there a gear getting stuck and it's just like in time with this, or what's going on with it? And just
Roll me a percentile.
percentile.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, the percentile's under Dolphy's name. 9.
Okay. As you kind of are holding your hand over your chest, you can feel the bump bump, bump bump, bump bump. And then you feel a soft bit of membrane on your chest. And you just kind of instinctively push it in, and you hear psst, like hydraulics releasing as you see a compartment on your chest open. It doesn't swing open, you can't see what's inside, but you have unlatched something you didn't know existed on you. As you do so, you see the heart in front of you shrivel and then just turn to dust and float away. What do you do?
Think something is wrong?
You hear Thalgrin come up to you. I just repaired those compartments. I didn't see no latch like that. You also, it should be noted that you all see the mithril parts that are now replaced the metal parts on on their exterior.
I have shiny
Cool.
parts now. Yay!
But you know, by the way this compartment is popped out, you could swing it open if you wanted to. But I don't know how comfortable you feel about that, because that's kind of like flashing your dick at somebody, maybe. You're not sure?
Lunny is very confused and doesn't know what's in there.
What do you do? Do you want me to take a look, Lux? There's this awkwardness as everyone's just looking at you, Lunny.
Oh, don't stare at Lenny.
I'm going to take a
I'm going back
moment.
for the coffee.
And Lenny is going to get up and try to find somewhere where they can inspect
Sure.
this alone.
Okay. You go into a bathroom, and you find a mirror. And it's like a full-size mirror, so you can see your entire body. And you see this loose compartment. You could push it back in, and it will latch, and you have found the switch to basically be able to find it. But right now it is loose, and you can open it if you want. Remember, I can show you the door. I can't open it or make you go through it for you.
I mean, you could.
I can open it, but I can't make you go through the door. What do you do?
Lenny doesn't know enough about their construction. They're going to be curious enough. They're going to open it.
Okay. Do you want me to say what you see?
No, but Lenny's not going to be okay.
Okay. You open it up, and much to your horror, you see exactly what you know is in there. What we have established. And there is this pulsing energy that comes from it. A longingness that you feel as you look upon what you're looking at.
Is it a heart? Is it a real heart? I don't like it.
No, it's not. Lenny is going to try to close that back up.
You seal it back up, and once you close it, you notice that membrane is replaced with metal. Like the mithril actually bleeds over it and seals itself.
Am I able to open it again?
You hover your hand over it, and it looks like it has moved to a different direction. It's now on the other side. But yeah, you find another switch, and you test it again, and the membrane is in a different location. It seems to have this sort of transmutation effect with it, and you immediately recognize that as transmutation magic because you are the transmutation student. It seems to have some sort of effect that this membrane can appear wherever you need it to.
Oh, I can move my heart. Great.
Well,
Now comes the question:
the
do
button
you
to
really
get to
need
your heart?
Yeah.
You can move the door.
I can move the door.
What was that, Ziddy? What were you saying?
So now comes the question: do you really want it to do anything?
Good question.
Okay. So what do you do?
Lenny is very confused and very concerned, and is going to very quietly and slowly return to the group because they said they would only take a minute.
Yep. After a minute goes by, you see Lenny come back.
A few minutes. It takes
A
a while.
A few minutes. Thalgren is like waiting outside the doors, kind of leaning up against it. He looks a little worried. And before you get back to the dining room, Thalgren will kind of meet you out in the hallway and be like, "Is everything all right, Lux?"
I don't know. I don't think so.
What did you see in there? If you don't mind me asking, I mean, and if If you don't want to tell me, I understand, but I'm a little worried.
Yeah, I think I should talk to Elysia.
All right. All right. He kind of almost looks a little disappointed by you saying that. Um, but like, all right, you gotta have your reasons, and he's going to return to the dining room. And you both enter the dining room.
Like, Lenny will go into the doorway,
Mhm.
look around. Is everyone still eating breakfast, or just...
Looks like people are finishing up.
Elysia and Thalgrin, I could use your input.
All right. Well, of course. Is everything okay? And they will kind of take your lead. So wherever you take them.
Lenny is going to look for a room where they can, like, sit and do this, so...
Sure.
I don't know. Pick a room, I don't care.
Doesn't matter. It seems to be a
Pick a
popular.
room, any room.
Seems to be a popular
And,
room.
like, Lenny doesn't mind if other people follow. They're not going to say, like, you all should stay here or something, but just needed input.
So, do you guys want to follow?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
Suddenly we're teaching a class on Warforged anatomy here.
you hear Thalgrin kind of looks over and sees the others following. Are you all right with the others?
Sydney is so nosy, you can't.
Visca still has a cup of coffee. And she looks dead. But she's going to go, because why not?
Yeah,
Yes,
everybody's really intrigued, so everyone's coming in.
Lenny's at least going to be polite enough to not do this in the room where everyone eats, so
Fair
it
enough.
still
Fair.
works. Because mortal things have this weird thing about death.
Who am I missing? I am missing Zinni. There we are.
There's the Zinni.
There's a Zinni. Okay. Okay. What do you do?
And Lenny is going to be weirdly nervous, and like they keep motioning like they're going to do it and then thinking better of it before they just open the latch, and you can see the core essentially, and they're gonna open it,
and there's this that familiar puff of that smoke that was emanating before just kind of rolls out as you can see this jar of something. It's like a capsule, a jar hanging for. But what takes up the majority of the core, it's like this glass crystalline shaped chamber, almost like an almond. You see on each endpoint, it's like capped with a metal that is nestled and secured in place, and it looks like that's what keeps it from rattling around. But what strikes you first is the glow that you see in the middle. It's like this source, and that is obviously the source of necromantic magic. And you're kind of peering in, and you can see this figure inside, almost a humanoid figure, very small, and it's glowing with this necromantic magic. And it looks like the rest of the core and whatnot is what's the rest of the like transmutation components and gears and tubes and whatnot. But you get a closer look at this creature inside of this glow, And I'm just gonna bring the little guy over. Let's put him on the table.
Dude.
Fell off the table.
All right, so you're probably gonna zoom it. You're probably gonna have to zoom in a little bit, but you see what looks like a little tiny skeletal fey creature inside of this crystalline container.
Oh, I don't like that.
Here, I can get you a better picture of it.
I'm not sure I want it.
Yeah, that.
Let me grab this for the
Thanks, I hate it.
stream.
Good.
So
Just good.
essentially, this is what they are looking at inside of this crystalline jar. As you see, like, Eliusha's eyes, like, widen, not in a repulsed way, but, like, an intrigued way. A beer looks disgusted. Everybody else looks inquisitive, and shocked.
It's a thing in a jar.
What is it? You hear from Valgrind. It would appear
My
to be
brain is
some sort
literally the
of
worst.
fey or a sprite of some sort. You hear from a beer. Why is your brain the worst?
Just because when you said, what is it? My brain went, it's a dick in a box.
Oh, jeez.
Would I know anything more about that, considering I'm Fey connected
Sure.
because of my familiar?
Go ahead. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check at the advantage.
Oh, at the event. Let me.
It's a good thing it's
Let
at
me
the
roll it.
advantage.
No.
Oof.
Well,
What's your modifier?
hold on. 16.
Oh, okay. That's still really good. Yes, it is. It's a sprite. It is the skeletal remains of a sprite. They are they are from the Feywild. They are. This specific type looks like they're more warrior. They're not your typical, like, judging by the gear, because it does have the gear, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Judging by the gear that it has on it, it's a hunter of some sort. Like, it was a warrior sprite. It wasn't like a prankster fairy or something like that. It was a warrior originally. But yeah, you see the skeletal remains of a sprite.
Will. Hold on, now I have to make a fucking percentile check because I'm not sure if I want to. Oh. Well, that didn't help me at all.
You flipped the coin and it landed on the side again.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. Visca will make mention that she knows what it is, but do you really want to hear what it is?
No.
Ted.
Yes? Fused?
It's a warrior sprite. Is what you have in there. Takes a big ol' swig of the coffee.
As she says the word, yeah, Visca's female, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I want to make sure I get my pronouns right. As she
You're good.
says sprite, Lunny, I'm gonna have you make a wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
Yeah.
Wisdom. Woozdoozum.
Ooh.
19.
All right. So everybody else that's looking at Lunny, the glowing eyes that they normally have go inert, and they just like they're just completely powered down, like you saw Vorn do. Meanwhile, Lunny, your consciousness is taken elsewhere, and you are in this lush forests with these like vines wriggling around and flowers with mouths and appendages, and it's just this volatile environment. As you know it's the Feywild that you're looking at. You're not sure why you know that, but you know, and you seem to be fighting these plant-like creatures, and it's just you going into them with this spear and taking out your bow and throwing magic and using and just it's weird because it feels more like a memory than a vision, but then you snap back. And you see, all of you can see their eyes power back up.
You're good?
Are you all right? You hear from Eliuja.
And Lenny will like slowly tilt their head because they're trying to process the vision/memory, and they look down again at the core, even though they can't really see inside of it from this angle, and just I think that was me.
You think what was you? A creature?
I don't know.
I could. You see her kind of think for a moment. I could attempt to speak with it.
Would you be comfortable with that?
Of course. I will obviously ask for its consent, or was yours. It's worth a shot.
He's distracted while I run to the bathroom.
Sure.
Sure.
You guys don't have to stop.
Okay.
That's fine. Considering I would like to know what it is doing in me, I would appreciate it.
Right. You don't mind if I lay my hands on you?
No.
You see her reach forward with her large elephantine hands and covers the core as you see her clasp the pendant that allows her to speak with the dead. I am reaching out to the spirit. Do I have permission to contact you? Now, for the purposes of this, anything that I say, I would like you to echo. Okay? Kaz?
Me or
Kaz. So, all you hear in return, coming from not only this, you basically see this crackling sort of like gesture as the body inside of the core begins to move and looks up at Eliuja. You see parts of its like skin begin to repair, and the vocal cord actually like reform so it can speak once again. As you hear it echo out from not only the creature, but from Lunny's mouth as well. Help me! You see Eliuja's eyes just kind of go wide. And look at you, Lunny.
Lunny looks concerned. As concerned as a robot can look.
I suppose that's consent enough? Eliuja looks a little spooked out. And she's usually really good with this sort of situation. Oh, what should I ask it?
Who is it?
Who are you? Help me.
Well, that was a great thing to come back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Elysia's looking at Lunny and and looking at the others. How can we help you? Help me. How can we help you? Help.
I don't think we're gonna get any more answers. And
How many questions does she get?
One more.
One more.
I have one last question. It is usually reserved for me to ask if they have any final wishes. Shall I ask that? She's looking at all of you for, like, what do you think?
I think it's Lunny's choice. I don't know.
I look at her, she looks at Luddy. Luddy, what do you say?
I think we can deduce what it say.
I will ask it anyways. Do you have any last wishes before I sever this communication? Life. The connection severs. The manifested tissues and vocal cords that the skeletal structure grew deteriorate and disintegrate. It is now inert once again and resting peacefully inside of the chamber of Lunny.
And when that happened, Lunny kind of wavers, and the lights in their eyes blink. They flicker and then blink out, and Lunny collapses.
And that is where we'll end tonight's episode. All right. Woo! We got some fucking lore in today. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna conclude tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining. That was, I'm excited to get back into these characters and these stories, and things are shaping up. This is gonna be good. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Monday we'll be continuing Lost and Finding, unless life gets in the way, and then next Wednesday we'll be continuing this. We do have some holidays that are coming up pretty soon. I know I'm working Memorial Day and stuff like that, so I'll keep you guys informed as far as when our schedule is going to be, but yeah, next Wednesday we'll be continuing this, and Monday Lost and Finding, so stay tuned with us, and until next time, toodaloo.
Bye!
Thank you, Oscar.
I actually am not allowed to flip the table.